Hello, Turbo Girl. What are you busy doing?
I am busy making a strawberry Swiss roll.
Sounds yummy. Can I have some when you're finished?
Sure, I'm going to share it with you and Turbo Boy.
You are a generous girl, Turbo Girl. Since we are on the topic of sharing, I'm going to teach you about fractions.
I thought sharing is about division.
Well, finish your baking quickly and you can learn about sharing and fractions. You are really good at baking, Turbo Girl.
Thanks, teacher.
So how are you going to cut up the Swiss roll and share it with Turbo Boy and me?
Since there are 3 of us, I will cut it into 3 equal pieces. That means each of us will get 1/3 of the Swiss roll.
You remember your unit fractions well. 1/3 is a unit fraction because it represents 1 part out of 3 equal parts. So, Turbo Girl, let us study the fraction closer. Can you tell me the various parts of a fraction?
Isn't a fraction a part already? There are still other parts.
I do not mean the parts as in the pieces of Swiss rolls. I mean the written fraction 1/3. Alright, let me explain. There are always 2 parts in a fraction. A fraction always has 2 numbers, one on top and one below. The number on top is called the numerator, and the number at the bottom is called the denominator.
I see. So the 2 parts of a fraction are the numerator and the denominator. In 1/3, 1 is the numerator and 3 is the denominator.
Good. Since Turbo Boy is not back from his remedial lesson, we will put away his share for later. Now, what fraction of the Swiss roll do we have left with?
2/3. The numerator is now 2 and the denominator is 3.
My share of 1/3 looks rather big. I don't think I can eat such a big piece.
Yeah, me too, and it's near dinner time.
Why don't we share my piece of Swiss roll?
Okay, let me cut it into 2.
Thanks, Turbo Girl. We can enjoy our Swiss rolls with a cup of hot chocolate now.
Yes, teacher. I am thinking what fraction of the Swiss roll am I eating now? I don't think it is half, even though it is 1 piece out of 2 pieces. I'm rather confused.
Good question, Turbo Girl. Well, it depends on how you look at it. Let me show you. If you're looking at the 1/3 piece which we have cut into 2, each of us is eating half. However, if you're looking at the whole Swiss roll which you baked, each of us is eating less than half.
So what fraction of the whole Swiss roll am I eating?
To get the fraction, I have to cut the other 2/3 also into 2 pieces each. Now tell me how many such pieces make up the whole Swiss roll.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 pieces. I know, I am eating 1/6 of the whole Swiss roll now.
Clever girl. Tell me about the fraction 1/6.
The numerator is 1 and the denominator is 6.
Good. Now quickly finish your Swiss roll and hot chocolate. Thanks, Turbo Girl, for such a delicious tea. Turbo Girl, did you hear me?
Oh, sorry, teacher. I am still thinking about the fractions.
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking that since each of us ate 1/6 of the Swiss roll, the both of us would have eaten 2/6 of the Swiss roll.
That's right. We ate 2/6 of the Swiss roll.
But wasn't your share which you and I ate 1/3?
No wonder you're confused. Okay, let me explain. At first, we cut it into 3 equal pieces, so each piece is 1/3. Later on, we decided that eating 1/3 each is too much, so we cut each third into 2 equal pieces. In fact, we have cut the whole Swiss roll into 6 equal pieces. My share at first was 1/3, and later it was cut into two. So my share became 2/6.
So 1/3 is equal to 2/6?
Yes, 1/3 and 2/6 are equal in size. They are called equivalent fractions.
So fractions that are equal in size are called equivalent fractions. I have a strip of paper and I divide it into 5 parts. Then I cut up each of the 1/5 further into 3 equal parts. I will get a total of 15 parts. One part out of 5 parts is equal to 3 parts out of 15 parts now. Does that mean that 1/5 and 3/15 are equivalent fractions?
Correct. It also means that 2/5 and 6/15 are equivalent fractions. Let me show you a fraction strip chart. Strips of the same size are divided into 2 to 10 parts. Can you look at it carefully and tell me a pair of equivalent fractions?
This is easy. Half is equal to 2/4.
What about another pair?
I have to look where the dividing lines are in a straight line. Okay, I found another one. 3/4 is equal to 6/8.
Very good. We can make equivalent fractions by further dividing a fraction into equal parts, just like we've done with the Swiss roll.
I understand equivalent fractions now. Equivalent fractions are fractions that are either taken from the same whole or from wholes of equal sizes.
Good work, Turbo Girl.
Wow, I didn't expect my Swiss roll baking experience to turn into a lesson on equivalent fractions. Maths is definitely very applicable in daily life.
Yes, of course. So, Turbo Girl, can you remember all that I've taught you?
From this lesson, I have learnt that a fraction has 2 numbers, one on top and one below. The number on top is called the numerator, and the number at the bottom is called the denominator. I now know that equivalent fractions are fractions which are equal in size. For example, 1/3 is equal to 2/6, and so they are equivalent fractions. All equivalent fractions are from the same whole or from equal wholes.
Very good, Turbo Girl. Thanks once again for your delicious Swiss roll and hot chocolate. See you again at the next lesson.
Goodbye, teacher.